Hey everyone, it's that Math Magician. On this video, we're going to take a look at functions and we're going to see, can we determine an input when we know the given output? Let's jump right into this example problem where it says given the function p of x equaling the square root of the quantity 3x plus 1, determine the input when the output is 4. So we want to figure out what is the input, what does x equal, so that when we drop in that input of the x, it's going to give us an output of 4. Now this is a little different than the other videos because we're not dropping in a 4. We're trying to see what do we have to put into that function to get out the 4. So what we want to do is we want to take p of x and we're going to rewrite our function, the square root of the quantity 3x plus 1. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to change that x value to be a 4. No, we don't want to do that because we don't know what x is. We want to find out what our x value is. So instead what we need to do is we need to erase the entire left side and we want to change that to be a positive 4. This is going to allow us to solve for x and figure out what our missing input is. So let's now go ahead and solve for this value so we can figure out what the heck x equals. Alrighty, I need to get rid of this square root sign. To get rid of a square root sign, we should all hopefully know by now that we can square that to get rid of the radical. But if I square the right side, I also got to square the left side. So I'm going to take both sides, square it, and let's keep simplifying this. Let's see, 4 squared is going to give us 16. And now these are going to cancel out, the square root and the root. And I'm sorry, the square root and the squaring, those are inverses, so they cancel out. And we're just left with now the 3x plus 1. We are so close to getting x by itself. I think the next thing we need to do is subtract this 1 on both sides. Doing so, the right side's going to zero out there, leaving us with just 3x equaling 16 minus 1. I believe that ends up with just being 15. Now, we almost have x by itself, but right now I have 3 x's. I only want 1x. So to do that, I have to divide both sides by our coefficient of 3. Doing that will become 3 divided by 3. It makes a 1. Those cancel out. I'm just left with that single x variable. All that's left is what is 15 divided by 3. Hopefully we all know that that ends up being 5. So that means our input is 5 when we know our output is 4. That's exactly what that's saying. And if you don't believe that work is correct, we can always check our work. And to check our work, all we have to do is take that original function that we have, 3x plus 1, the quantity underneath the square root. Notice that I don't have those x values there because I'm going to now plug in our answer of 5, and we should hopefully end up with our output being 4. So let's double check our work real quick. Alrighty, let's simplify this right side. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 plus 1 is going to make positive 16. And the square root of 16 ends up being positive and negative 4. But in this case, we only care about the positive 4. So this is absolutely correct. We now know that when our output is 4, it means that our input is positive 5. You did a really good job. Just remember that when we're doing this, okay? When we're trying to determine the input, we're not plugging in the output. We got to set it equal to the output. Solve it out, and you'll be good to go. It's that Math Magician, and I'll see you on the next video.